Meanwhile, in South Africa, members of the Democratic Alliance took to the streets today to protest against a proposed amendment to the Employment Equity Act. Now, the new labor laws are aimed at increasing black employment in the country, but businesses as well as opposition parties fear that the amendment could lead to job losses for skilled workers. Democratic Alliance party members marched to Parliament in Cape Town to voice their opposition. Here's CGTN's Travis Andrews with the latest.
United in their opposition to the proposed new labour laws, members of the Democratic Alliance marched through the streets of Cape Town to voice their concerns. They believe the amendment to the Employment Equity Act will lead to job losses among skilled workers and an economic downturn in many industries. While the government says the laws will promote diversity and equality, Democratic Alliance leaders are firmly in opposition to it.
There's a very damaging piece of legislation and regulation which the national government has put out, which stands to fundamentally alter the way in which businesses hire people in South Africa and force them to hire certain racial quotas. That is very, very damaging to South Africa's future, particularly here in Cape Town and the Western Cape.
According to the Democratic Alliance, more than 600,000 people could lose their jobs through an amendment to the Employment Equity Act. The new labour law requires companies with more than 50 employees to reflect the demographics of the region in which they operate. For many attending today, the proposed new labour laws is simply a step too far, one they believe could lead to massive job losses. The agricultural industry could also be impacted through water quotas based on race-based ownership, which could lead to food insecurity.
Well, the water quotas that they're introducing, race-based water quotas, are going to wipe out the commercial farming industry in South Africa, lead to massive joblessness, but even worse, adversely impact on our food security in South Africa. This was the warning from the head of Pick and Pay just this last week, that the adverse effect that the farming water quotas is going to have on the ability to be able to produce food in South Africa, which could see many, many more South Africans going hungry.
For now, the demonstrators' voice has been heard and is likely to get louder as opposition to the labour laws continue to grow stronger. Travis Andrews, CGTN, Cape Town.